And so we took our wives' credit cards because they were making the money. We went to Home Depot and we bought the pipes, and we spent the next week building out potato guns. Super fun. And then the next Monday I was back in school, and I remember sitting there thinking about my business, and all of a sudden I had the epiphany, like the light bulb moment, where I was like, I wonder if anyone else besides me was searching for potato guns this week. I don't know. And I searched, and there were about 18,000 people a month searching for potato gun plans and spud guns, and I was like, that's it. That's gonna be my business. I'm gonna potato gun expert. First, it was just a tool for me. Like, that was really the initial goal of ClickFunnels. Like, and then after I started using it and I was having success, I was like, we have to make this a tool for everyone. Like, it'll free all entrepreneurs. My initial goal is not to make you $1 billion. My initial goal is to get you to break even. Now you have a tool that will consistently all day long give you free customers. I want you to do it now while you're in the moment, while you remember why it's important, why you saw me do it, so you don't forget and we can get it. And worst case, like, this will be the worst one you ever do. The next one you do will be better. It's not about the people watching you. It's about you guys, about us learning our voice. That's the most important thing. Someone the other day was upset about something I did. They're like, well, my dad always taught me to play nice. I was like, oh, well, my dad taught me to win. My goal for the next 3 days, if I can give you guys some tools and some things that'll help you to change more people's lives in your world, then for me, that's a huge win. What is that thing for your business? Like, what's the one huge domino that if you can knock that thing down, everything else becomes obsolete? You have to lead them to the answer, but you can't give it to them. They have to come up with the idea themselves. You plant the idea in their minds with a story, and if they come up with the answer, then they sold themselves.
He's a marketing genius. That's his brilliance.
Russell rhymes with funnel.
How to market, how to promote, and even how to sell.
He's here to help entrepreneurs create amazing lives.
And on a grand scale.
What's up, everybody? This is Russell Brunson. Welcome back to the Funnel Hacking Live pre-show. We are officially 21 days away from hanging out together in Las Vegas, Nevada for the last ever Funnel Hacking Live 10. And so excited to be hanging out with you guys. I cannot believe we're 21 days away. I woke up this morning, I was doing the math. I was like, we're 3 weeks away. This is happening. It's going to be insane. And what's cool about this year, every year's amazing, but this year's amazing because this is the last one. We have more people coming, more tickets being sold because people want to come and they don't want to miss it. Every single year, people are like, oh, I'm going to come next year. I'm going to come next year. There is no next year. This is the last year. So if you ever want to experience what is called Funnel Hacking Live, this is your last shot to ever experience it. And if you experienced in the past, you can be like a lot of our other alumni, come back and do not miss it. Come in the room for the last ever Funnel Hacking Live. It is going to be insane. And the speaker lineup we have this year is crazy. In fact, I'm going to be introducing you to one of our speakers, someone who's got really low energy. You're going to find out. I'm just kidding. Someone who's got a lot of energy, and it's also going to be speaking on day number. We're talking about day number 1 is going to be insane. And I'll come back to that in a minute. But I want to make sure if you haven't yet, make sure you get your tickets to Funnel Hacking Live ASAP. We have sold out every single Funnel Hacking Live in the past. We will sell this one as well. You can get your tickets at funnelhackinglive.com. I had someone on Messenger the other day hit me up. Hey, where do I get tickets for Funnel Hacking Live? I was like, literally, funnelhackinglive.com. I made it so simple. If you know the name of the event, you just put .com at the end, and boom, you get your tickets right there. It's funnelhackinglive.com. It's happening in 21 days, February 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th in Las Vegas, Nevada for the big show. Do not miss it. It is the greatest show for entrepreneurs on the planet, and you don't want to miss this year. So with that said, I'm going to introduce you guys to our next guest speaker. So yesterday, you guys had a chance to hear from Andy Elliott. And what's crazy, like, imagine you come to Funnel Hacking Live, you come to Vegas, you're nervous, if you're like me, you're introverted, you're like, am I going to do this? You come in the room, right? Doors open, everyone's running in, you find your seat. And then out the gate, I'm coming in, I'm going to blow your mind. I've been working on my presentation, my intro presentation. It's going to blow your mind. After that, Andy Elliott, who spoke yesterday, is coming. He is going to light you guys on fire. He's going to want to raise your standards to a level you didn't even know was possible for yourself. And then the third person I have coming out is somebody who's coming because her piece is so integral and so important to the Funnel Hacking Live journey and the story we are telling over the 4 days. She's somebody who's spoken at Funnel Hacking Live now 2 times on the big stage, and this is going to be the 3rd time. One of my favorite presenters and speakers, someone who came to the very first Funnel Hacking Live a couple of years ago without a business, without an idea, and now has built a great business helping and serving so many people. With that said, everybody, let's put our hands together for Miss McCall Jones. Let's go. How you doing, McCall?
Hi, friend. I'm so excited to be here talking about my very favorite subject on the planet. Let's go. I'm so excited.
What year was your first Funnel Hacking Live?
So I went to Funnel Hacking Live in 2020. I am ashamed to say that I did not know what a funnel was. I knew nothing about internet marketing. So my sister-in-law, Catherine, who we know and love, everybody, Catherine, shout out. She's incredible. She was speaking, and I am ashamed to say that I didn't exactly know what she was doing. I thought we were going to a website builder conference. And I was like, listen, the tickets are expensive, but like, it's important to Catherine. We got to go. And I was teaching voice lessons at the time. And like I said, I knew nothing about internet marketing. We just went to support her. And I walked in and I was like, what is happening? Like, I don't think I'm in the right place. Like, this is crazy.
There's a website building seminar down the hall.
Why is there fog? Like, I don't understand. Why are people running in to get a seat to this? Like, this is insane. Like I said, I didn't know what a funnel was. Yay, Catherine's here. Hi, Catherine. Yeah. And I happened to talk to this woman who changed my perspective before the event even started. So guys, you have to be there early because this may happen to you, and you have to invite all of your people who don't have businesses that you know are capable of more. I happened to sit next to this woman because family and friends can like sit on the front row. They let them in early before people speak. And I sat next to this woman who started talking about how she had just spent her last $25,000 on this agency to help her with her Facebook ads and her webinar. And she's like, listen, but like nobody's clicking on my Facebook ads and nobody is watching my webinar. Like they're not even staying till my pitch. I feel so awkward. I feel so salesy. Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And in this moment, I'm like, okay, I think I can help her. Like, I've been a performer my whole life. I've been coaching people on how to be in front of people, but like, who am I? Like, what am I going to do? Be like, hey, I don't know internet marketing, but like, I should coach you. Like, I'm not going to do that. Right. So I sit on my hands and I'm like, that would be a really cool thing someday. Like maybe, okay, fun. And then this dude, maybe you've heard of him, Russell Brunson, he gets on stage, literally the first speech, the very first day. And you said something that changed my life in such a huge way. You said, if you have something that's going to change someone's life, it's your moral responsibility to give it to them. And immediately I knew I had made a mistake. So like, I'm sitting there, remember, voice teacher, you're talking about CTAs and OTOs. And I'm like, I have no idea what he's saying, but I'm like, I know that I have to help this woman if I can. So I waited until the break so I wasn't interrupting the fog that was happening on stage. And I grabbed her arm and I was like, I think I can help you. I will do it for free. Like, I just want to see if this works. And I left within 4 calls. We 12x'd her click-through rate on our Facebook ads and we 3x'd her conversion rate on our webinar. And like, I registered my domain name the first night of Funnel Hacking Live. And I spent the rest of the time just gathering as much information as possible, saying like, okay, I have my first client, but I don't have my business. How am I going to build this? And the entire event just like gave me the playbook. It said like, oh, do this and then do this. Literally, I was like, oh my gosh, it's like it's choreographed to do that or something. And I didn't know. I'd never been there. I was like, is this speaking directly for me? Like this was made for me. So literally Funnel Hacking Live, this exact event changed my whole life. I started my business like sitting on the floor in the hallway of Funnel Hacking Live. Like the whole origin was there. So like I said, my favorite subject, so fun.
I love it. So this year's Funnel Hacking Live, if you've been to funnelhackinglive.com and you read the sales letter, I talk about this concept that I learned from Dan Kennedy, where he talks about, he's like, every single room you go into, there's like a third of the room that's like cool with the status quo. There's a third that's kind of unsure. And there's a third of the room who are literally waiting for the radical to arrive. They know something's not wrong. They're waiting for the person to come into that room and change their life. Yeah. And I think that what we do as entrepreneurs is that like, we're coming into rooms and like, how do we show up as the radical that can transform somebody, right? Yeah. And I'm going to be talking during my intro presentation, I'm going to be going deep into like, how do you build a movement? How do you change people's lives? Like, what does that actually look like? Yeah. And then the number one fear that I get from people every time I talk about this, or I'm trying to like give them the power, like you have the power to change people's lives. They get on fire and they stop and they're like, but Russell, I'm not you. I can't do it. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons, like this whole methodology that you started creating called charisma hacking, like, I think what's so powerful is it gave everybody the ability to not like, well, I can't do it because I'm not like Russell. Or I can't do it because I'm not like Tony Robbins, but like help them to find their own power. We talk a little bit about that because that was like birthed at Funnel Hacking Live and it's become such an amazing concept. 100%.
So it was so funny. Like backstage, right before we went live here, we were talking about the coolness of day one and how amazing it's going to be. And then of course, because I have to bring everything back to charisma hacking, I'm like, yeah, like, isn't it gonna be so cool? Like all of your day one people, guys, for all of you listening, we all got some energy. We all got some energy. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be so fun, right? There will be high kicks. I promise there will be high kicks, right?
By me.
But we got to get you on a stretching regime before then, but they'll be higher at Funnel Hacking Live. I just know it. I believe in you. But the energy type, right? We all know this very instinctually. The energy types, or what we call charisma styles, that you are going to see the first day are very different, right? Russell's going to get on stage and he is going to blow your mind as Russell. And then Andy Elliott's going to get on stage and he's going to blow your mind with all this high energy. And it's going to be a completely different style of energy than Russell Brunson. And then me, I'm going to get on stage and be like, hello, everybody, right? With my own weird high energy stuff. And hopefully I plan to blow your mind with my style of high energy. And then Myron Golden's going to come after me and he's going to blow your mind with his high energy. And all of them will feel very different, right? The biggest tragedy in the world would be if Russell got on stage and blew your mind with his high energy. And then Andy Elliott thought, oh, the only way that I'm going to be able to succeed on that stage is if I imitate Russell right now. And then even bigger tragedy if I got on stage and then I was like, oh, the only way that I'm going to blow their minds right now is to try to be Andy Elliott, right? The reason why this has been such an unlock for people is because you're about to hear, let's just talk about this event specifically. You're about to hear from the best presenters and salespeople in the world, right? Russell Brunson, literally, I have seen the sales page of Sales with a B, $1 billion in sales, right? The very best salespeople on the planet. But people are taking that and they're trying to do an imitation instead of taking the tactics and making them work in their own voice, right? And this is the unlock. It's saying, okay, how do you actually get the results of the perfect webinar and get people excited about your thing like Russell gets people excited about his thing? And the unlock, the thing you have to do is you have to be able to take their tactics and put it in your own voice, or what we call your own charisma styles, right? Charisma looks different for different people. Your authentic self is different than my authentic self. And in order to apply sales tactics at the highest level, in order to make people move, nobody wants a cheap imitation of Russell Brunson, even though you're amazing, right? You don't want that. You don't want a bunch of people just being like, what's up, everybody, right? Trying to imitate you, but you want them to use your tactics and you want them to be effective. So what we are going to do during my presentation is we are going to talk about how to add rocket fuel to every single thing that you're doing by taking the best tactics on the planet and putting them into your voice, actually being able to be your authentic self in a way that attracts people while still being able to use all of the tactics that are available to you so that you can actually build a movement around you. Because if you're trying to build a movement around a cheap imitation of Russell Brunson, everybody's going to leave because you know what they want? The real Russell Brunson, right? Nobody wants the cheap imitation of Andy Elliott. They want Andy Elliott. So really the theme is we're going to make you uncopyable. Ooh. We're going to make you uncopyable. And I'm so excited. The cool thing is we're also going to talk about it with offers. We're going to talk about how to apply your own unique voice. We did this a little bit of selling online. I know I'm so excited about it, but how to apply your unique voice to offers and how you're talking about your offers so that you truly are uncopyable and that your competitors don't stand a chance. It's like they don't even exist because it's so you that there's really only one choice. If you can't tell, I'm very excited. It's going to be amazing.
I'm so excited. I think it's cool because I think a lot of times I see it all the time with people, and I was the same way when I got started. I was like, I talk really fast. Everyone's like, you gotta slow down. Your words are mumbling, blah, 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 you know? And forever I thought like I was a bad speaker. I thought I was whatever, but it wasn't until like I leaned into that and I was like, all right, this is just me. And like, I'm going to talk too fast. Half my words will slur because I'm so excited. Yeah. But like I found out from you, my charisma style is excited. Like that's like, I get excited, which gets other people excited. And that's my thing. Yeah. But God's given every one of you guys listening today, like your own version of that. Yeah. And so don't think like, oh, well, I'm introverted, therefore I can't this, or I am shy, therefore, or whatever the thing is, like your ability, your skill set that was like planted into your brain from birth, from God, like that is like, it was built because you're going to be able to attract a different type of person than I can. Right. Yeah. Like someone comes to my world and they're going to be like, I don't like that Russell guy. He's crazy, right? But you're going to talk to that same person. You can serve them in your way because they're going to connect with you. And so that's what's so cool about, I think, what you're going to help is people give permission of just like, be yourself. Yeah. I mean, be yourself, double down on yourself. And that's how you're actually going to change the world. You're actually going to be able to create your movement and actually create your offers, which is going to be so cool. So cool.
It's so fun too, because like most people say, be yourself, and they stop there and they're like, be yourself. And everybody knows that. Like, I promise you, I'm not going to get on stage and be like, be yourself. finger guns. Goodbye, right? Like, you know, to be yourself. The problem is nobody knows what the next step is, right? So what they do is they go back to kind of the default of like, I know Russell is successful. It's not a bad thing that they're doing, right? It's actually a very intuitive thing to say like, oh, I model everything else of Russell's. Like, I probably should model his charisma too. Like, I get that. I understand that instinct. But then, like, what we've done with charisma styles is because of the way that we created it with like all of the patterns and all of the systems and algorithms that we used, right? We created it from real people so that we now can tell you to be yourself and we can tell you how to be yourself. So you don't just have to like try this thing and then try that thing and then try this thing and then like kind of trying to find yourself. Instead, we say, okay, I'm going to show you, if you are just like Russell, how to model him to make sure that you are the most you can be. And if you're not like Russell, I'm going to show you who to model, how to model them to actually bring out the best version of you, right? It's so much bigger than just be yourself, even though that's like the baseline of it. It's saying, okay, how do I do that? How do I do that quickly? And how do I actually, you know, use my amazing entrepreneur brain that's looking for tactics that are tangible and repeatable? How do I do that with charisma and with the way I'm communicating with people? Guys, we're going to blow your minds. I'm so excited. Photo Hacking Live is going to be insane.
And the cool thing is we are literally 21 days from this year's Funnel Hacking Live, which means in 21 days, you have a chance to go and watch a whole bunch of speakers with different charisma styles. And I guarantee when you're sitting there, after you learn from McCall, you can watch and be like, oh, that's who I am. Like, you'll be able to figure out like who you connect with.
Yeah.
You have a chance to see different styles and see like, just notice like the way that I persuade and influence is different than McCall, different than Andy, different than Tony, different than all the different speakers. And all of them are right. That's the cool thing. Is like none of them are wrong. They're all right. Now you got to figure out what your right is. And then when you do that, it's going to change everything for you because you have been called to serve. And as soon as you believe that and you're willing to step into that calling, like as you, not as somebody else, it'll change everything, which is really, really cool. So McCall, because we're 21 days away from FHL and there's a few more people who are on the fence about getting tickets, do you have any kind of speaker bonus thing you could like throw into sweeten the pot to make them go crazy for not coming?
I mean, sure. Why not? So the speaker bonus that I am adding, I'm so excited about. So when I came out to Boise, we were doing an event together, which was so much fun. And the first time we did this event together, I actually presented on this thing. And then after, when we were like, okay, we're going to do the event, like, what should we change? What should we alter? We looked at this specific training that I did in this event. And we were like, you know what? This is a little too advanced for the audience we're speaking to right now.
So good, but yes, like,
and so tactical. And usually when you hear something that's like a training that's tactical, you're like, oh, that makes the training better. But in this specific scenario, we were like, we don't want to overwhelm them with the tactics and with the step-by-step way that we're doing this training. I will tell you exactly what it is and the way that I created it. I watched every single sales presentation that Russell has done. I'm talking to y'all audience, right? That Russell's done in the last 5 years. And I broke down the steps I felt like I was missing. I said, okay, I know perfect webinar is incredible and flawless, literally perfect. But what are the things that you are doing that are like the in-between things? Like, how could I break this down beat by beat and close exactly the way that you are closing, right? To do the stack and the close, how should I formulate that? What should the slides be like, slide by slide? How do I do this in a way that then I can also make authentically myself? I call it the Frankenstein formula because I'm like, okay, all things charisma plus everything from Russell. We're just going to Frankenstein it together. And the training is exceptional. Like, it is so good. And we've been waiting for a special time to share this with an audience who can use it immediately, that is a little bit more advanced, that will take the tacticalness of it and not get overwhelmed, but be like, oh, this is exactly what I've been looking for. So guys, we're sharing the Frankenstein formula with you. I'm so excited. It's going to be in your bonus area. We're very pumped about it. It's going to be awesome.
It's really cool. When you guys see it, like, again, McCall kind of told me about it and then she gave the presentation and it was really cool. All of us in the room sitting there taking notes. Like, it was just like, anyway, it's powerful. So it's going to help you guys with your offers, with your presentations. And again, you can't find it anywhere else right now. So this is the only way by getting your tickets, which means if you already have your tickets, it'll be in the members area, I think today. So you go to funnelhackinglive.com and you're going to go click on the login button. At the very, very bottom is the login button. You log in the members area and boom, it'll be in there with all the other speaker bonuses in a little members area like this.
So excited.
If you don't have your tickets yet and you're realizing you're missing out on the greatest party of all time, you realize you're missing out on the greatest bonuses of all time, all you gotta do right now is simple. Just go to funnelhackinglive.com, go get a ticket for you and for your spouse or your business partner or your kids or all of them. Get a ticket and then get in the members area, and then you have a chance to go and get McCall's bonus plus all the other speaker bonuses. Now, speaker bonuses, I think we're deleting them all this week. We're not too far. As soon as I announce the last speaker, then all the speaker bonuses disappear. So they will be in there for a very, very short period of time, which means you've got to get your tickets ASAP, get in there. Otherwise you'll miss out. And
yeah, that was one of the biggest mistakes that I made. Like the second year that I went is they really do disappear. Like you got to watch your email of like, oh my gosh, the speaker bonuses are going away. Guys, you want these? Yeah. I have been stalking all of the speaker intros to be like, what's the bonus? Like, how are we going to use this? And I will tell you guys, for any of you who are thinking like, oh my gosh, like I shouldn't bring my spouse, they're not a funnel hacker. I shouldn't invite my sister-in-law, she's not a funnel hacker. Like if my story can be the story of caution, optimism, and you could change somebody's life, like I promise you, I am not lying when I said I did not have a business. Like my husband had done SEO before this, and Catherine it didn't even cross her mind that I would be the one that like my life was changed. I am so unbelievably grateful that like almost on accident, I stumbled into this room. It is something that whatever you need, you're going to find it, right? I use my story to invite people who you wouldn't normally think about, right? It literally can change your life in so many ways. So many ways.
It's crazy. Like another story, Eileen Wilder was the same thing. Eileen had never been, and one of her friends invited her and bought her a ticket. She's like, why am I going to this weird internet thing? Yeah. And now boom, so yeah, you have no idea whose life you could change by bringing them. So bring your spouse, bring your kids, bring everybody, bring your employees, your coworkers. Like, let's get them all in the room. Let's catch them on fire. We're going to change their lives at this year's Funnel Hacking Live, which starts in 21 days from right now, which is 3 weeks from right now. We'll be starting. Like the whole process is going to be crazy. So McCall, you're amazing. I'm excited to hang out with you in 3 weeks from now. Everybody else is listening, excited to hang out with all you guys. Now it's time to get your tickets at funnelhackinglive.com. To end this, what we're going to do, we're going to show you guys a video. And this video is going to show you what happens inside of Funnel Hacking Live. So those who have been in the past, picture yourself sitting in this, like if you've been in the past, like I want you to remember what it's like to be in this room. If you've never been, like visualize yourself sitting in this room, like look at what's happening, look at people's eyes in the video, like look at the experiences. Like this is something that will change your life forever. And this is the last time we're doing it. We've done it for 10 years. This is the 10th and last Funnel Hacking Live. You need to be in that room. It is the room where it happens. And I'll just say this. I always tell people, so if I had a friend who was throwing a party for me, and the party was happening in Las Vegas in 21 days from now, and that said friend spent $6.5 million. That was we had a budget meeting yesterday. So far, we're at $6.5 million to throw this party for you. On top of that, we got the greatest speakers of all time coming to teach you. We have the greatest entrepreneurs to come network with you in a room. And all you had to do was get a ticket and go to Las Vegas for 4 days where we could change your life forever. Would you do that? Like it's the most, like the biggest ROI you could possibly get is just go figure out how to get a ticket and show up. Do not miss it. It's going to change your life forever. So there you go.
Guys, you got to come.
You
have to come.
Okay. With that said, everyone, go get your tickets. Wait, actually, before you get tickets, we're going to watch this video. When the video's done, then close it down. Go to funnelhackinglive.com, get your ticket, and we'll see you guys all in 21 days. Thanks, McCall.
Bye, friends.
So many of us as entrepreneurs have limiting beliefs. We think money is something we should be afraid of. We should be afraid to lose it. We should be afraid to ask for it. What is being talked about here is how to overcome that.
What do you want, and why are you here?
I came to Funnel Hacking Live without a business.
I was working 2 jobs. I still didn't have enough.
I procrastinated my way into depression.
I'd just gotten out of a heavy addiction.
I was sued by multiple creditors.
This is not my life. This is not my life. I know I'm meant for more.
You find yourself lost, frustrated, disconnected,
because you have no fire.
Put your seatbelts on.
When you go, you don't know what you need. You don't really know what you're going to find. And then you find it.
When I got here, I was like, I found my people.
Funnel Hacking Live is like coming home.
Raise your hand if you're like me and you're a hot mess.
I'm a hot mess!
I felt like Michael Jackson or something, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I was Prince.
This is a rock concert for entrepreneurs.
Dramatic demonstration.
Russell's gonna hate me for that. It's like my long lost ADHD family.
I can be myself. You don't have to put on this stereotypical business appearance.
I'm a firm believer that you can be really successful in business and still be like a really good person.
The most powerful force is economic force.
I've been doing this now 20 years. I can't tell you the number of gurus who have come and gone and come and gone.
If you want to grow a company today, this is the way.
You and I are going to demonstrate how powerful the focused human mind can be.
You've got a map. That's the key.
There aren't many things that can take you from zero to generational wealth in less than a year. We literally have people that came here with a big idea, got super turned on, took the information, and then they go home and they do it.
I'm going to tell you how I get paid every single month from my kitchen with my phone.
This piece makes the content come alive.
I like the cutting edge strategies.
We need to know what's working right now.
That's the most effective and the fastest path to success in today's market.
Once I saw the results I was getting, I knew we were onto something really big.
We're teaching how we're adding over 1,000 people per day to our membership programs.
I want to reach in and grab your heart and be like, wake up! Because some of you have a calling. Unless you are open, you will get nothing. You will say, hey, we just had Dwayne Johnson's son double do a presentation. I get paid the same amount of money whether they go home smart or stupid. You know, it don't matter to them.
Now, how many of you in the room are going, man, I don't have a team? Let me see your hand. Okay, do me a favor. Look to your left, look to your right. You have a team.
The way to win this game of business is together.
When ESPN said, babe, you can't do it, I said, oh yeah, watch me, watch me.
Like, come out here and blow fire up your ass.
How many people ready to get your first pick from the world? Somebody say that's me.
It's like an Oscar show or something.
I give you permission to say goodbye to the past and hello to whatever future you want to have. I'm giving you permission right now.
Give your family a chance.
You are meant to shine.
Don't fight your people, they need you.
Say it from your doggone heart. I can. I will. I must. Because they counting on me.